Well, hello there. I'm out here for a good Saturday hike up at the Wildcat Creek Trail in the Dawson Forest area. Just getting started. Wanted to take advantage of the view on the bridge here over what I'm assuming is Wildcat Creek to start things off with the intro video. And looking to get about just over a 10-mile hike in today, and we will see how things go along the way. Hopefully there's some interesting sights. I believe there's a few waterfall views, or small waterfall views, so we will hopefully enjoy some of that. But I'm gonna get started and we will catch up along the way. Thanks. Well, so far the trail has been, well, the trail itself has been nothing to really speak of. It's, as you can see here, kind of wide, sort of a cross between trail and a service road. But the sights around have been very pleasant, such as this waterway that is making its way across the trail, as you can see here. And this is a feeder as we slowly pan across. You can see here, it comes out on the other side of the trail and eventually feeds up with Wildcat Creek. So, trail itself, I've had better conditions as far as from a pure hiking perspective, but the territory I'm transversing is quite nice. So, anyway, continuing on and hoping the trail itself gets a little bit more interesting. Well, through the trees there, a bit of a distance downhill, you can see what appears to be a waterfall. I'm hoping that as the trail loops around to the other side that I get maybe a better view or a closer approach to it. But figured I'd share what I could here in case I don't get something better further along. Hold the phone close so maybe you can hear me over the roar, but just up from where I last shot, a much better view of the waterway here. Little fall over some rocks, and you can see the water is definitely running fast today. So we'll just kind of see what we see along here as the path continues, running along next to it for a bit. And actually, it looks like I'm gonna get my feet wet because the trail runs there. I did hear warning that there would be about an ankle deep water crossing at some point, and it looks like I have found it. So obviously I'm putting the camera away now, and we will see how we do getting across here. Well, I made it across. The water is running fast. The rocks are very slick, and boy, it's a little chilly. Now, February waterway, yeah, it's gonna be cold, but the feet came through it okay. Socks and shoes are wet, but they'll dry out soon enough, hopefully. And I'm gonna continue on, moving along. Well, definitely getting a workout. I chose the clockwise direction on this path, which has the big elevation gain right at the start and in a more steep fashion than if I had gone counterclockwise, which had a longer distance to get to the peak and so a much more gradual incline. I'm doing about a 2,500 foot elevation gain in the space of about 2 miles. So lots of, and it's not through switchbacks and gradual, it's pretty much straight up when it's going. I'm on a brief flat spot here, so figured I could take a breath and let you guys know how it's going. My feet are still a little damp, drying out as I go, but continue to make my way. Lots of blowdowns on this stretch as well, so I'm not sure how recently the area has been maintained, how long those blowdowns have been here, but adding just a little bit of challenge to the already challenging elevation gain. So continue on, and we will catch you guys a little bit further down. Well, as I said, there are quite a number of blowdowns along this section of the trail, such that it's been here long enough, it's obviously deviated the trail around it. But yeah, still making the ascent, proving to be quite challenging. But I am continuing on, undaunted, and we will get there eventually. As you can see, it keeps going. Well, I made it to the top of the peak, the highest ascent on the trail. The trees, obscure most of the view, but through them you can get a bit of the sense of the area around here, kind of surrounded by mountains on all sides. But yeah, that took a little out of me. I think I might just rest up here on the top for a minute, get a drink, a snack, and rest the feet a little bit before starting my descent down the longer half of the loop back towards the trailhead. So anyway, I'm going to rest a bit and we will catch up again further down the trail. I've gotten to an area where I'm back to much more natural trail, less of the service road hybrid. So enjoying this. It's running parallel to a small stream that I just was able to cross over via a small bridge that they had in place, so no need to get the feet wet this time. But yes, this is much more the nature of the trail that I am looking for, as opposed to the service road hybrid that the large chunk of the day has been on. But you take the positive with the negative, and overall it's still been a good day out here hiking, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit, despite the ascent that kicked my butt. Okay, well, I've come to another crossing. I don't know if I would say that this one has a bridge, but they came close. So we'll give this an attempt. Hopefully feet don't get any wetter than they already are. As we shift from the dramatic to the more simplistic, waterways of all types seem to be along this trail. This was another one that it looks like I'm going to have to cross via more natural support. So we'll see how this one goes. And we go to even more simplistic water elements that every drop seems to feed into something just a little bit larger. Well, this stretch of the trail has definitely got some more interesting features. Can't really get a good shot of the stream you hear behind me. It's running alongside me over here quite a ways down, and views for the camera anyway obscured through the trees quite a bit. But I'm enjoying it, and I wish I could share it with you, but you can hear the sounds of it as I walk along here. But terrain's a little bit treacherous, so I'm not going to film too much here. Not so much treacherous, but you got to keep your eye open. Anyway, just thought I would share a little bit that the trail here is, trail here is very nice. I'm enjoying this half of the trail quite a bit more than the first half, and definitely worth the trip out here. Try and get a shot here that hopefully the camera will focus through what little trees obscure the waterway here. And you can see the stream just continues to be an enjoyable experience as it tumbles and flows its way down the mountain into the larger stream that I bridge crossed at the beginning of this hike. And just continue to enjoy this. It's a hike that I would easily repeat just for the experience. Well, I've come to a point on the trail where I need to cross Fox Creek a couple of times. On this little peninsula here, I've got some choices to make. As you can see, the creek's there, the path extends out behind me. So there's a bit of a shoal here that I could cross at, or a bit more of a breakwater there that I could pass. If I want to get a little bit braver, there is this log here that I could make an attempt on, or there is that log I can make an attempt on. What will I do? Stay tuned to find out. Made it across. I chose the first option. It seemed the least treacherous, least deep, and sorry about the sun. So did that. Feet are wet again, but I'm in one piece, so that's what matters. Anyway, enjoying the hike still and continuing on. Well, I've had a couple of people warn me that I was going to be encountering this. I got to cross this stretch of water. There's a few rocks in the way, and it looks like this rope that has been so graciously stretched across is going to be my main means of security and keep myself from just getting washed downstream. I'm not sure how deep it's going to be or how wet I'm going to get, but we will see how this goes. Well, made it across. Again, water up to almost to my knees, but I was able to have my pants pulled up. Shoes are wet once again, but I think I've got about 2 miles left and we'll finish this thing out. When you're just walking along a trail and you come into a wall of rock, and then you look over to the side, you see a nice little micro waterfall dripping down on the trail that you're about to walk on. Well, I've got about a mile, just about a mile and a quarter to go. So I'll dry off by the time I get to the car, right? A little bit different angle from it on the other side. I managed to stay pretty dry getting around it. But yeah, this is some features I haven't seen yet along the way. So something to vary things up a little bit. Continuing to hike along the various waterways here and nearing the end of this. So I'll be wrapping it up here pretty soon. Well, I'm getting close to the end, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Tons more footage I could have taken along the way, but then this video would have been close to an hour long. Lots of walking near and within sight or within hearing of the of the waterways. Lots of breakwaters, lots of areas of wide still flows. The terrain has been quite varied. The nature of the trail has been varied. The scenery has been widely varied. This has been a trail of surprises. I did not expect it, and I've been pleasantly surprised to encounter what I have. Anyway, this is going to get me probably about 10.5 miles. So good progress on making up some of the deficit I'm in right now. And thanks again for coming along with me. And with that, I will close this out and see you on the next one. Well, hello there. Out here on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon, doing the Chattahoochee River Trail again. Once again, after a big strenuous hike on Saturday, it's a nice relaxing hike to get out on a Sunday for a little bit of distance combined with recuperation. So have some additional companions with me today. As you can see in the background there, Buddy is walking along with my wife, and I have our other dog, Mia, walking with me. So we'll get you some footage of her a little bit later on, but just wanted to get the trail kicked off with a little intro. More later. Continue to march along, and I say march because that's what Mia does. She doesn't go for walks, she marches. You can see she has braces that she wears on her front paws. Her ankles are a little bit pigeon-toed, and so we keep those on her just for additional support. And one advantage to having my lovely wife out on the trail here with us is hearing all the bird calls. She is very good at identifying them, so we know that we have heard blue jays and bluebirds and owls and woodpeckers and geese and what else? That's about it that we've heard. But yeah, lots of wildlife active out here right now, and we're gonna continue on. The river, despite all the rain we've had recently, is flowing nice and calmly along this section. Great view of the river today, and kind of envious of them up there. That must be quite a view out their back windows. But back to a more natural section of the trail, which we all enjoy. Running right alongside the river here. Makes for a great time out here. Well, we had to backtrack a little bit. The area of the trail I was able to deviate around the construction area last time is closed off a little bit more securely. So we backtracked, but we're now on the loop back toward Hyde Farm. Doggos are still doing good, and we've moved away from the river, but we have this wonderful little stream that we're able to follow along with some nice little water breaks in it, water tumbling over the rocks. Makes for a pleasant hiking experience. The dogs are still doing good, right, Mia? And
the wife is tired.
The wife is tired, she says. Well, finishing it out here, had a number of adventurous water crossings on the back side of loop, not filming them necessarily due to challenges of getting the dogs and everyone else across. So, but we've had a good hike out here today. Everyone's a little bit tired, a little bit sore, but we are ending it with our heads held high. And I'm gonna go ahead and close it out here. Thanks again for coming along with me, and we will see you all on the next one.